Alright guys, so we're like 2 hours fast forward because the camera needed a charge and I forgot to take you guys in the Bass Pro with me. But here we are. This is the spot. See, I just got it sitting out there right now. Oh, there he is. Look, he's sitting right there, right underneath this dead crappie. He's a good size. And I'm trying to get him. He's right in there. So I'm gonna set you guys up and we're gonna see if we can't snag this guy. Alright. I'm not sure what else to try. I just put the frog on over in another spot. So I'm gonna see if maybe I can't get him to bite on this frog. See that? This is the frog we're running. Oh, what you guys missed in Bass Pro, I went ahead and got some new line. We're running a 15-pound braided line because I don't want to risk a fish taking my line ever. But you can't really cast where this fish is at, so I'm trying to figure out like the appropriate amount of line or slack to have dangled off. See if I can't get this guy. I wonder if maybe I could. Dude, he's right underneath my frog. I just need him to pounce on it. Let's see. You know what? I'm thinking maybe a worm. See, part of me just wants to jump in there and catch him with my bare hands. Maybe I need something to make some noise. We'll see. Hold on. I'll pick this clip up in a minute. Alright, so a bit of an update for you guys. Just fishing around with this. Definitely ticked him off a bit. I even tried to get in there and catch him with my bare hands. Just couldn't get close enough. Like by the time I got close enough to grab him with my hands, I couldn't even see him. So that didn't work out very well. There's always next time though. Where'd my knife go? So unfortunately, we did not bag him. I don't even know what it is. I know there's a couple. I think it was a trout. Might have been a bass. I don't freaking know. I don't know my fish like that. And too murky to tell, honestly. But dude, there was like 2 or 3 of them just sitting right there, and they were not interested in anything I've thrown so far. But I have noticed that they keep coming to the top, right there along the bank, and they're getting pretty active as it's getting warmer out here. I'm sure the water's getting warmer. So I'm thinking I'm going to run this top water here and see if I don't have any luck with that. I've only got 1 top water. I'm going to need to go on the other side of this pond so I don't get, well, I guess I got 2 top waters. I got this one here, and then I got me a frog, but my frog sucks apparently. They don't want it. They are uninterested. You know, if you guys got any tips other than sitting there and going at it with a knife till it breaks, getting the extra, or getting your old knots off your lures and whatnot, that would be absolutely fantastic. Because right now, I literally just sit here with my knife, and I just keep, like, brushing at it till I can fray it enough that it'll snap. Because otherwise, like, I don't know, I just can't get it to cut it. And I don't want to cut my fingers. Oh, look, there they go, right there. I wish I had a kayak, dude. A kayak would be the shiznit, because I would be out there fishing on this pond right now, rather than fishing from the bank. Plus, with a kayak, I can transport that with my car. I don't need to go buy a truck. I want a truck, but am not in a position to make that happen at the moment. Come on. See, I don't know if y'all can see that. I'll try and get close to the lens, because it's a wide angle, but it's just all just sitting right there. Ooh, anybody watching this, have you guys checked out The House of David yet? It's on Amazon Prime. Not much of a TV watcher lately, or nowadays. Haven't been for a while. Every now and again I find a good show that I sit down and watch it, but for the most part, dude, there just ain't nothing good on. And I actually mean that. Like, in all aspects. The stories suck. The acting sucks. And then, you know, you look at it with spiritual eyes, and it's just demonic influence all in this stuff. And, you know, so obviously you got to be careful with what you watch, what you open yourself up to. You know. For me, I'm more so just like, the Holy Spirit will convict me on like certain songs and movies and TV shows. Others, I feel as though he leaves that to my discretion. Because like there are some where it's like, I don't necessarily hear the word from the Lord about it. And I don't necessarily feel conviction. But what I do end up feeling is something just ain't right. You know, a very unsettling and uncomfortable feeling. And that feeling right there, man, that'll keep me from watching a lot of shows and music. And listening to a lot of different songs. Like I heard one song earlier. It started out pretty good. I'd never heard this song before. Sorry, I'm over here blocking it with my freaking arm. I never heard this song before. It was a country song. And it started out pretty good. You know, I was like, oh, this is nice. I like this tune. But then, like in the second verse, she starts talking about how he sold his soul to the devil in L.A. And I was like, oh, yeah, no. I won't listen to that. You know, and some of you guys are like, it's just a song. It's no big deal. No, it is. You know, because, you know, maybe not the first time. You know what I mean? But listen to that song and music like it for a long period of time, and you won't even notice the effects that it has on you. You won't notice unless you're actually paying attention. But if you're just sitting there trying to justify like, oh, it's fun, then yeah, you're never going to notice what's actually going on with you while you're listening to that. Music's got more power than you think. And you know, when you really think about it, dude, Lucifer was the angel of worship. Like, he was that guy, you know. So like, music's kind of his thing, you know. So it's like, we were made to worship. I'm just going to tell you that right now. We were made to worship. And if you're not worshiping God, you're worshiping something else. That's just the way it works. There's something at the center of your life that is more important than anything else, and that's worship. But what a lot of people don't realize is that a lot of the secular music, and like especially like rap and hip hop and a lot of rock and roll, man, especially like from the 80s and whatnot, you know, there's a lot of demonic influence in that music. And you know, people say, oh, well, that's not true. Okay, then why is it that all the thugs and gangbangers listen to music about thugging and gangbanging? You know, about drugs this and women that, you know. And it's just, first of all, you sound kind of stupid talking like that, but, you know. And then young kids will sit there and listen to this music and they're like, oh, this lifestyle is cool. And then they go sit there and mimic that. You know what I mean? Music plays a big role in who you are as a person on a daily basis. There's some songs that I've listened to, man, where it's just like, I don't know, something about the vibe, something about just the sound and the lyrics. Dude, I can go from a great mood to a bad one pretty quick. Well, I would say pretty quick, but it just depends on the song, you know? Just be mindful, guys, of what y'all are listening to. I finally got my top water on, and we're gonna see what happens. Okay, maybe you guys can help me understand this. So, if you look out, I don't know if you can tell from, no, you can't, but there's like this little bit of water right there along the shoreline where it just seems like glass, you know? And then there's the rest of the water where you can tell there's current and the ripples across it, but just that little portion over there looks like glass. I don't know if it's the way the sun's hitting it, the way the wind's blowing, I don't know. Just like over there too, it's kind of the same. All right, guys, we got the top water on. Let's see if we can't just catch something. Ooh, almost knocked over the table. We can catch something right here. I'm gonna try and set this thing up in my mouth while I fish. There we go. Come on. All right. I like when I can get it to skip. That's always nice. I need to try and keep it away from this grass. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. All right, let's go. I'm thinking I'm gonna go over there, but I seen a big one splash over there, so I'm thinking I'm gonna hit that first. I gotta walk all the way around, so I guess we'll just fish along the bank and see what happens. All right, so, oh, dang, getting wrapped up over there. Uno momento, please. There we go. All right. So just in case you guys haven't figured it out, oh man, I am by no means a professional fisherman. I'm just somebody who would like to start fishing. Well, I say that, but like, it's more so I'm trying to develop a way of life and the skills that I need to achieve that and live that. You know, I'm 23, and for a while I didn't really know what I wanted out of life. And you know, I even had some ideas and some dreams that, you know, just honestly seemed like the way to go. But you start pursuing that a bit, you know, and then you kind of start figuring out, smoothing out the details and all that. And I start to realize, actually, that ain't what I want at all. You know, like when I'm 75 years old, you know, hopefully I live to be like 90, that would be cool. Then again, I also want to go home. But to look back on my life, you know, how do I want to have spent my time? Do I want to have spent most of my time working and asleep? Or do I want to spend most of my time being a father and a husband? You know? And it's like, so then I began to think about, okay, well, how can I make that happen? Because to be a father and a husband, I need to provide for my family. I need to take care of them. I need to make sure that their needs are met, you know, and so, you know, sitting on your ass and waiting for things to fall from the sky just aren't an option. Plus, that's boring and drives me nuts anyway. I couldn't imagine just sitting around all day doing nothing. But so thinking about it, it's like, all right, well, everybody in the world tells me to go get a degree and a job and an employee, you know, and this, that, and the other. But it's like, that wasn't a way of life until about 100 years ago, you know? And even 100 years ago, like that's when it was just beginning with, you know, like the Industrial Revolution, and just where, you know, the modern world became industrializing. The man leaving the house for 8 to 12 hours a day, sometimes even longer, you know, and coming back home to the kids and this, that, and the other. That's a modern idea. That's a modern way of life. It's not a traditional way of life, you know. And it's, you know, you kind of wind back the clock before those 100 years, and, you know, and when you look at, well, okay, well, how did people make their living? How did they provide for themselves? You know, how did they do certain things? And it's like, well, I'll tell you, there was, what's it called? You got these little towns, and then in those little towns, everyone has a designated craft. And as the designated craftsman, you were responsible for certain things, and that's how you made your living, right? So like you had your butchers, you had your shoemakers, you had your bakers, you know, and you had your blacksmith and this, that, and the other, and you had your farmers. Everybody had a responsibility, you know, as a community. But it's like, that's what you did. And, you know, wives, husbands, they worked from home. They didn't go off somewhere and work, you know. And a lot of times they all worked together, you know. They all worked together on whatever it is that their craft was and their job. Oh no. Sorry about that, guys. Still getting used to filming around other people. But yeah, I don't quite remember where I was. Sorry for the incoherence of this little conversation. But yeah, they just, everybody had their own responsibility, and, you know, the families worked together on it. The children learned the trade. Oftentimes daughters worked with the mother, and sons worked with their fathers, and they were raised up in the trade and taught the family craft, you know. And it's like, well, that didn't really exist anymore unless you go like somewhere overseas. It doesn't exist in America, I'll tell you that. As for anywhere else in the world, I know like most places it doesn't exist anymore. Still though, even then, like work-life balance is even better. Like in Germany, it's illegal for your boss to even contact you outside of working hours. Like straight up illegal. They cannot. If you're out on vacation and they call you or email you or any way to contact you, it's illegal. They get like, I don't know, what do we get, like 2 weeks paid time off? I think they get like a total like 3 months or something like that. I don't know. It's bonkers. They also make way more money, you know, and they just got way more freedom. It's really nice. So I was just thinking about it. I'm like, okay, well, how do I make that happen here? Ooh, I probably won't ever use this. No, I won't, but I'll throw it in the trash. I found a bobber. Why is it sticky? Oh, that's gross. That's nasty. All right, come here. I need to get back in the water. Dang, I kind of want to go swimming. Can't swim in here though. I'm not trying to get kicked out. What was that? That's disgusting. Okay. So like, ow, done hook myself again. Jeez, dude. Oh my goodness. Anyways, so I started thinking about it, like, all right, well, how do I fit into that kind of life? How do I fit in that kind of picture? Then I realized, oh, I need to be a farmer. I'm thinking a homestead, you know? But it's like, you know, I'm from Texas, okay? It's like, you drive around here, most people, they got farmland, but they only got a house on it. Like, they're not doing anything with the land. And then the people who are, well, they only grow mostly corn and wheat, which is kind of gay, you know? But, you know, that's industrial farming for you. But like, I want to grow my own fruits and vegetables, man. I want to learn how to do that.
I want to raise my own cattle. Now, what animals are considered cattle animals, I don't know. So, like, obviously I know cows are cattle. As for anything else, I don't know. But I don't know a whole lot about it, so forgive my ignorance. Let's go get under this tree for a bit. Forgive my ignorance, because I don't fully know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I want to have like my own cows, my own sheep. Not sheep, because honestly, I would feel bad if I killed a sheep because of Jesus and all that. Like, I don't know. I won't touch the sheep. But like maybe a lamb or a goat. I know lambs and sheep are pretty much the same thing, but I don't know. Definitely gonna have a goat, because goat's milk and all that. That'd be cool. Maybe, I don't know, something else you can drink milk from would be pretty neat. Ducks, chickens for my eggs, and dinner too, when they get nice and fat and juicy. And then just do that, you know. And it's like, for instance, a bag of apples, if you go to the grocery store and you buy a bag of apples, it's about $5. Depending if you want a specific type of apple, right? You know, you can only buy one at a time, or not one at a time, but it's a single purchase. So you gotta get one of the little plastic bags, and you gotta put apples in it. You know what I mean? You go get you like 12 of those. That's like $6 or $7 for just a handful of apples, man, which is nuts, dude. Whereas I eat one apple, it probably yields what, like 6 to 8 seeds. I go germinate those, then I plant them, and then in X amount of time, I got a whole apple tree, which can give me a numerous amount of bags of apples year round. Not year round, but like on a yearly basis. So bam, I got apples, you know. And I'm just thinking, like, dude, I can work enough without ever having to walk away from my children or my wife for X amount of hours a day, and I get to do all of that with them. I get to provide their needs that they need to eat, and then I sit there and I can go sell what I grow in my own market, right? And then I can also bless people and just donate. But then I want to take that a step further, and I also want to do hunting and fishing, right? Like, imagine you go out, you know, when this in the right season, and you're catching, you know, 25, 50 fish to 50 fish a day, you know, especially decent sized fish, keepers, you know. And it's like, bam, that's another source of food. You sit there, you go hunt, and you come back with, you know, I don't know, $1 or $2. Now you got meat for the entire family for the next year. You go do some hog hunting, you know, and you just sit there and do that, and it's like all of a sudden you got food. And then you grow, or you sell what you grow, and you make money that way. You know what I mean? And I don't know, you sit there and raise up some cattle, you sit there and go start selling cows and this, that, and the other, and you end up making yourself a living. And it's like, all the while, you're not, you know, like, yeah, I might have to pay some taxes, but at least I'm not an employee for most of my life. I really did the math on it, guys. I don't remember the exact number, so I'm just spitting it off the top of my head here. But it was like 168 hours in total for the whole week. Like, that's what you got to live with every week, is 168 hours. Most people, or pretty much the majority of people, especially in America, work anywhere between 40 to 100 hours a week, okay? Most people on average work about 40 to 60. You know, 60's your overtime people and whatnot. Your 40's your full time. But even at 40 hours a week, you know, and then you're sleeping another, you know, 48 to like 75 hours out of the week. Add that up, bro. That only leaves you between 50 to 65 hours a week to live your life. To be a father, to be a husband, you know, to raise your children, to spend time with them. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, add that up over your life. You're going to spend more time in your life sleeping and working, rather than giving your attention in your life to the things that actually matter to you. Right? Because let's be honest, the only reason why you work a job in the first place is to live, to sit there and pay your bills. It's like, is that really all that we're meant for in this life? Is that all this life is meant to be? Is just show up to work your 40 to 60, work your 10 hours a day, then come home and you get about 3 hours to do whatever else you got to do before you got to go to sleep and go back to work in the morning. And you're going to do that for 50 to 60 years of your life? That's crazy. That's absolute madness. And it's like, people look at me like I'm mad, like I'm crazy. It's like, nah, dude, you just don't get it. You ain't been red pilled yet. Sorry. Just take the red pill. It's good for you. Yeah, I'll go ahead and stop my TED Talk now. We're at the spot. I just seen one jump up over here, then another one over there. They're definitely right here up on this bank, so I'm gonna see if I can't get them with the top water. I feel like this is the spot to get them. I haven't caught one yet. I haven't even got a bite, so we're gonna see what happens. Guys, so this is where it's at right now. I'm pretty sure, so there's quite a few different species of fish in here, but they also have bass. Sorry, I'm pretty sure there might be a hog behind me. He'd be in there. Anyways, I need to get in there. I don't know if y'all can see the water, but I need to get in there. Problem is the only way in there is the kayak. But I don't have a kayak. So if anybody knows how I can get hooked up with a kayak, that would be fantastic. Because I'll tell you what, if I can get a kayak, dude, like sponsored, it don't even have to be nothing crazy. Like, I was thinking about saving up for one of them little $500 kayaks, you know? So, dude, if I could find a way to get sponsored, bro, I'm gonna be fishing with that kayak every time I go fishing. Cause like here, you can catch 5 fish. You know what I mean? Like, that's the regulations here. You can catch 5 fish. As for the basses, they have to be 14 plus inches. Everything else, I think it can't be smaller than like 8. But you can, oh, nope, that wasn't good at all. That was terrible. Oh, let's see. They just jumped out right over there. They're everywhere, man. All the fish they're in a teasing mood today. Not in an eating mood, apparently. But I'm feeling like I'm gonna get one. So let's see what happens. You know, I'm just gonna set you guys up on this table. Hopefully you guys can have a good view. There we go. And I'm gonna try it. Oh man, I got stuck on the seat over here. And I'm gonna see if I can't get one of these fish on camera. Oh, come on. Darn treble hooks. Gotcha, sucker. Alright. They're all right in here. There's a few. So let's see if I can. Yeah, this guy's just isn't working out for me. I feel like I've tried just about everything I have. And nothing wants to work. I'll tell you though, they do seem kind of lazy today. Whatever that means. Just based off of what I've seen in their behavior, not that I even really know what I'm talking about as far as fish's behaviors go, they just look like they're kind of chilling today. You know, and I'm pretty sure most of the... See, there's one right up there. Most of the kicking up and stuff that I see, I'm pretty sure is just them trying to get unstuck. Maybe they're coming up and just getting ready for their spawn. I don't know. What I do know is the back of my neck is sunburned like crazy. Got a bit of a sting to it. Water is so good. Thank you, Lord. Now, I had planned on doing some saltwater fishing today. Obviously, I'm not in a fresh or a saltwater spot. Now, the guy told me, like, he recommended this for the saltwater. The swim action on these things, it's phenomenal. It's fantastic. And then I've got this flashy swimmer. So it's got like a little spoon on it, and it's a crankbait. Not a crankbait, like a jig head. Sorry, sometimes my words come out faster than I think. All right. What'd I do with my baby knife? Oh, there it is. So my dad got me this little multi-tool kit for Christmas, and I pulled out this super tiny knife, dude. It's Cat, the construction brand. I pulled out this super tiny knife. Like, the blade is maybe 2 inches, 3 inches. It's not a very large blade. I'm thinking, when am I ever going to find a use for this knife? Fishing is the perfect use. It's a small knife, it's not very heavy, you know. You can clip it on your shirt or whatever, and easy access. Like I said, it's not too heavy, so it's not sitting there weighing your shirt down. You can't even feel it. Oh, my bad, dudes. There we go. Sorry. That ought to help. Maybe we can just film till it dies. I forgot my portable in the car. So this is what I was fishing with earlier. They definitely didn't seem too interested in it. I'm not gonna lie. It just seemed to piss them off. But maybe we can, like, piss them off into a bite this time. So let's see what happens. So I learned the polymer knot a couple weeks ago, and I tell you, man, practice does make perfect. Cause like before, man, I was having tag lines that were still like 8 to 10 inches long. It's a ridiculously long tag line, but I feel like I've tied enough of them. I'm getting pretty good at it. There are some baits, not so much, because just the way they fit through the loop, you know, and you kind of just have to like work it through. Like for instance, that I think it's called a chatterbait. I don't know. It's my top water one. That one likes to get caught on all the hooks, so that one's a bit more difficult to get put on without making a whole bunch of tag lines, or a super long tag line at the end of it. This whole thing is just coated in mud. Oh, dang. Some guy was yelling at his dog. Made me look up, and I screwed up my freaking loop. Now I gotta work it back in there again. Yo, I jumped this thing earlier, so I got it on a weedless setup right now. Dude, that hook came in and tried to catch me right here on like that inner part of my finger, dude. And I'll tell you, I'm glad I didn't pull it harder, because ooh, that was a big one. Because, yo, if I would have set this hook in my hand or in my finger right there, that would have been very, very bad. Especially because I'm kind of by myself right now. And, like, I was still trying to reel in the pole when it got caught on my finger. I had to, like, jerk it out of the where it was. Oh, gosh darn it. The wind doesn't like to play nice sometimes, and it makes it difficult. I'm sure you fishing guys can relate. See, when it's windy, I'm a bit slower on the tying. But I'm getting quicker. Shoot. Just like a week and a half ago, it took me 20 minutes, damn near, depending on what I was rigging up, to set up my line. Just because I was struggling to get the knot set right and all that. But hey, practice makes perfect, and I'm learning. All right. Well, I know his dog's name now, and I know why his dog's trying to run. Bro, if you talk to her like that, she don't want nothing to do with you. He's like yelling at her with as much bass in his voice as he can across the pond. Kelly, come! It's like, dude. My sister's dog, Charlie, my youngest sister, my dad got him for her when he was like, or when she was like, I don't know, 6 or 7. She's 17 now. He's a rescue. When I tell you, that is the most well-behaved, untrained dog I've ever met in my life. Like, whether or not he's got any training before we rescued him, I don't know. But like, when I tell you, dude, he listens to us so well, it is crazy. Dude doesn't bark unless he needs to. But even then, it's like a growl. He doesn't bark, you know, and if we don't hear his growl, then he barks, you know? But it's more like an alarming howl to let us know somebody's there that he doesn't recognize. And like, he doesn't even have to be near the door. Dude can be on the other side of the house, completely away from the door, and he can pick up on him just like that. You know, if you yell at him, he gets scared and he becomes afraid to move. That's because my dad isn't very nice to him. But as for the rest of us, Like, dude, he's such a well-behaved dog. My dad can't get him to listen because my dad thinks that, you know, if you want someone or something to obey you, you got to make it fear you. But that's survival, not obedience. And so, like, as a dog, they're like, they just freak out and they kind of shut down. And they don't know what to do. So Charlie's like that. But other than that, you ain't even got to yell at him to get him to do anything. He just does it. The only time he acts up is when he wants your attention. Let me explain. Like, he's not like, oh, give me attention. Let me go knock out this trash can. No, not like that. He knows what he's allowed to do and what he's not allowed to do. And, like, furniture's one of those things, right? Dad just doesn't like him up on the furniture. Now, my dad and his ex-wife split, so Charlie's at her house with my little sister. And, yeah, but I noticed, though, he only acts up when he feels like you ain't paying no attention to him and you've forgotten about him. So then he'll start getting up on the furniture and getting a little ballsy and doing things he normally wouldn't do. But he doesn't tear anything up ever. You know, he just makes sure that you know he's crossing your boundaries. You know, and he doesn't even get crazy with it. It's funny. But he's a real good dog. Let's go ahead and cast this line out and see if we can't get them. Look, I'm gonna show you where they're at. I know there's a big one right there in that little patch of grass that's kicked out right there. There's one in there, and I want to catch them. And then before I leave, I'm gonna go back over there and see if those fish are in there, and then I'm gonna try and catch them by hand. I'm gonna catch a fish one way or the other today. Whether I catch it with my bare hands or this hook, it's happening. Like, that's the plan. It's happening. I've had such a good time though, just sitting out here trying my different baits and casting. I've gotten really good at casting, you know, so that's nice. Got this super bright yellow line, so now I can see it everywhere. Uh-oh. Alright, y'all ready for it? I'm gonna give y'all the biggest cast I can. The wind is dead right now. I also have like no weight on the bottom of that. That went pretty far for like no weight. I've got maybe, I don't know, something. Let's see how much it says it weighed. I didn't look. I know this like jig head looking thing's got some weight on it. It's 3/16 ounce, so like pretty much no weight at all. So that's nice that it went that far. But I tell you, if I was closer up to the coast and by the salt water, dude, the wind would just be blowing atrociously, and I'd probably get it like 10 feet in front of me. No further. Look, dude, look how jiggly this thing is. Like, it swims so well. And then you got this little bit on the bottom, trying to piss them off, I guess. Maybe that's why they're not biting. I don't know. Maybe they're not hungry. Maybe what I'm trying to throw is too big. I don't know. We're gonna find out. I think I'm gonna cast a bit more here in this spot, and then I'm gonna go hit up my, I say salt water, it's actually brackish water. I don't understand that though, because how can, like, fresh water and salt water can't flow from the same spring, so how can you sit there and mix the two and have two separate kind of waters existing in the same space? If it's got salt in it, it becomes salt water. So if a fresh water and salt water meet together and they spill into each other, then that means as the fresh water comes into the salt water, it would be salt water. So brackish water doesn't really make sense to me. You gotta cast like you're mad at it. No. Honestly, I'm still trying to figure out if I'm reeling too slow or too fast, too much. Like, I don't know. I don't have the slightest idea. I just know with these swim baits, like, you don't want them on the bottom. But to be honest with you, I don't know how deep this water is. I would imagine it maybe goes up to like 10 foot, because it's just a little man-made pond. Oh, that makes sense. If it hits the water at an angled point, it kind of looks like a little bottom feeder. I don't know. It'd be cool if there was a spot around here where it's like a clear water fishing pool. Like, you can see the fish very clearly, but you can also see how your swim bait or your bait is behaving and what triggers their response and what doesn't, versus in correlation to your movements of the pole and the string, especially for newbies like me that doesn't know a damn thing. Like, that would be pretty neat. I mean, I suppose I could just fill up a bathtub full of water, but that kind of defeats the point, because then I don't know what's setting the fish off or triggering it to bite. Oh, that was gay. Imagine that terrible cast is the one that caught me a fish. Wouldn't that be something? Oh, this happened to me earlier. Gosh darn it. I'll tell you, man, I'm gonna be the guy to go to untangle some headphones. I say that, but it's like, wired headphones aren't really a thing anymore. Yeah, they still sell them, but now you can sit there and go buy Bluetooth earbuds or headphones for like $15. So I guess wired is no longer relevant. That sun is baking my feet, man. Good though, cause I'm pasty. I need to get a tan. I hate being pasty. Like, I didn't start getting pasty until like I was like 17. I went through this period of just unreal depression and anger. And so I spent like all my time inside. I even blacked out my room. Like I was like, whatever, dude. And I got super white. It was crazy. But before that, like, dude, I used to spend so much time outside. Like it's normal for me to be a darker color. I can't stand being pasty. It's not right. But also it just goes to show that this crap about white and black is retarded, dude. Alright, we're all a different shade of brown. Let me prove my point here. What's that? These colors. Yeah, there's some black on there, but we're not looking at that. This is brown. This is brown. Even that stitching is more of like a beige brown. That's brown. That's brown. Even this here. Brown, bro. That is cork. But it's still brown. Dude, that's lighter than I am. It's still brown, bro. That's black. Right here, my watch. That's black. Let's see, do I have... That's white. Let's recap. That's brown. That's brown. That's also brown. That's brown. This dead grass is very light brown. This cork here on my rod, that's also brown. Moral of the story, we're all brown. We were made from the dirt, dude. By God, created in His likeness and image. You understand how retarded racism is? I'm not saying it doesn't exist, okay? The people who feel it, though, they're idiots. Racism isn't real. Now, the concept of it is, the societal construct of which racism is, that is real. But racism, it's not real, dude. Like, it's not a real thing. We are the human race. We are the human race, okay? For instance, all right, let's see. Cats are the easiest one to do, just because I'm not even gonna go there with all the other species, but like, even birds, all right? But we'll do cats, right? You've got like different species of cat, and then you've got your lions, you've got your tigers, you've got your panthers, your cheetahs, your pumas, this, that, and the other. But you want to know what's consistent across all of them? They're all cats, bro. They're all cats. They all got the same skeletal structure underneath. They all do the same damn thing. Just one's bigger than the other, and they all live in different geographical locations. That's the only difference. They bleed the same. They look the same. Their bone structures are the same. Obviously, they're going to be different between male and female. But as the species go, they're all the same thing. Okay, it is a race of cats. There are different species of cat. All right, but that's not how it works with people. You know, and there's also different species of birds, but they're all fucking birds, bro. They're all birds. You know. So when you look at people, bro, racism's retarded. We all have skeletons. The only way we differ in our skeletal structure is between male and female. That's the only way. But as far as different colors of skin, we all have the same bone structures. We all do the same things. We're all built the same way. We all bleed the same. The only difference is some of us are darker brown and lighter brown than the rest of us. You know, that's the only difference. And it all depends on where you are geographically and where you're from and where your ancestors come from. My ancestors were more north, more European, you know, and they're from colder climates, so naturally they're gonna have whiter skin because there's less sun. There's less sun, so you have whiter skin. All right, you get more rain, more snowstorms, all that goodness, and you spend more time clothed up because it's cold. Where do you think white ass skin comes from? That's where it comes from, bro. It don't come from nowhere else. Same thing with the hair. You gotta have thin, long hair to keep your neck warm and your ears warm and your face warm. You know what I mean? And this, that, and the other. And then it's like you look at my African brothers and people of the desert. They have shorter hair, thicker hair, you know, and it's more closer to the head. You know what I mean? Their skin is darker. You know, whether you're from Africa, India, it don't freaking matter, bro. If you're from the Middle East, your skin is darker. Why? Because you're in the damn desert, dude. You're in the damn desert. Like, of course your skin's gonna be darker. If I spent every day in a desert, you know how dark my skin would be? Bro, I'd be almost orange. Like, that's how dark I would get. I would get so dark, my skin would start turning orange. That's happened to me before. I spent so much time outside on a consistent basis that, like, I was darker than most of my Mexican friends, and my skin started having like an orangish kind of tint to it, which is weird because I don't use like sunscreens or like suntan lotions or none of that junk. I don't use any of that. I naturally tan, and when I don't spend a whole lot of time outside, I sunburn. But literally, dude, by the end of the next few weeks, I won't even be sunburning anymore. I'll just be straight tanning every time I go outside. It's just I haven't spent this much time outside in, you know, the last couple months, you know, since I was like 14 or 15. Like, that would have been the last time I spent this kind of time outside. For instance, I've been outside for 6 or 7 hours now. You know, I used to work in the plants, but it's like I'm clothed from head to toe in FR, so like my skin's covered and all that. So naturally I'm gonna burn right now. That my neck's getting tender. But yeah, bro, we're all a different shade of brown, point blank, period. You can argue with me if you want to, but I'm not gonna argue with an idiot. Sorry, shots fired. Let's see if we caught anything. I see a turtle. Dude, look how red my feet are. Oh my goodness. My neck, the back of my neck is probably looking absolutely nuts right now. I can feel it. It feels pretty nuts. Alright. I think we're gonna head over to what's it called? The saltwater spot and see what we can catch there. Because honestly, I've been here for like 5 hours. I've seen the fish. I've thrown just about everything I have to throw. And they're not biting. So I'm gonna go see if I can have some luck with some saltwater fishing. Oh, hello. Ants on my water bottle while I'm drinking from it. Might have just swallowed one. Good protein, I guess. Alright, dudes, let's get her done. I think I'm just gonna go this way. I don't feel like walking all the way back around that pond. Hopefully it'll spit me out back to my car. That would be great. You guys want to give me a neck check? How bad is it? It's probably stupid red. And that was probably a crappy view for you guys. I don't know. It's a nice place. I tell you where I'm at, but I don't know if any weirdos are watching this. I'd be interested to see a hog. Although I hope he keeps his distance because I don't have my pistol on me. So, not that it would take him down, but I'm sure. Ooh, hopefully you guys can see that. Look, there's 4. Oh no, there's like 6 turtles over there. Dang, I wish I could zoom in, but I can't. Bunches of turtles over there. Yeah, they got signs up here talking about beware of wild hogs. I didn't know we had hogs over here. I thought they were further east and whatnot, because there's just so much city and stuff around here. I just wouldn't think we got hogs and natural habitats around here. I know we got deer and stuff. I see those all the time, but I've never seen a hog over here. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't even see coyotes over here. You know, you see them in over there, like more North Houston and whatnot, like over there by Katy and whatnot. But and in spring you don't, but you don't really see them around here. I'm closer to the water. But even then, like, I don't know, I just get surprised. There's just so much you don't know, so then you learn something, and wow. Oh, I thought I just came across a big ass turtle, but nope, that's just like a pot or something. I don't know what that is. Too far in there though. We have arrived to the Austin Mobile. This is the park. Hopefully I don't catch my license plate. Yeah, go ahead. I need to get rid of this thing. I want to trade it in for a truck. But financially, I cannot do that right now, so we shall wait. Ooh, guys, should I give you guys a cold start? Listen, dudes, I don't need y'all's judgment. I don't care for it. I don't want it. I did this for me because I'm a car guy. And to be honest, my last 2 cars were noisy in some capacity. Like my first car was noisy because of road noise, but also because I did the exhaust on it. And then I bought a truck. That was a 2001 Silverado. And so the truck just had a lot of wind noise on it, or coming from it. So there wasn't much I could do about it. So then I get this car, and what's it called? I get this car, and it was just way too quiet. I couldn't tell if it was on sometimes, but I'll give you guys a cold start, let y'all listen to it. A semi-cold start, I don't know. It sounds pretty good, except for when like the pressures and all that in the air are just right, and then it becomes ridiculously loud, and in that case not so much. The biggest downfall, honestly, is the transmission on this car. It changes the way the car sounds and everything, and so it just doesn't sound as like clean and crisp all the time as I would like it to. because the transmission shifts funny. Well, it's not even that it shifts funny, it doesn't even really shift. It simulates shifts, but it's basically just a rubber band on 2 freaking pulleys that, and whichever way the power's going, it adjusts to that way. So like one end of the band can be super narrow while the other end is opening up. And yeah, it just creates for a weird driving experience. Like I can shift, like if you get it just right, you can shift through all the gears and sit at 4,000 RPM the entire time. It's really weird, but that's because it's a rubber band with 8 simulated gears. Now, what I really wish Nissan would do is make a sportier Altima, something to compete with the Honda Civic, you know? Like, dude, I wouldn't mind a badass Nissan Coupe, manual, 300 horsepower, with like a properly geared transmission, not this CVT junk. And it's like, that's why they're about to go out of business too, and why they're trying to merge with Honda, is because they put out crappy cars, or cars with crappy transmissions, and they don't want to own their crap and fix it, so people just stop buying them. People in there driving, mind you, I learned all this information after I bought my car. I had no idea. So of course, you know, I'm trying to get rid of it. Granted, I want a truck just because it's more of a practical and versatile tool. Not to mention, it's way more comfortable to drive than this car. Like this car, I got the sport model, which it's just like tighter suspension. You know, the suspension and the shocks and all that are fit. There's like certain things my car doesn't come with. Like the seats don't have lumbar support, which I didn't really think was ever an issue until like the effects of having no lumbar support start to kind of kick in. You know, like the first 4 or 5 hours in this car, not too bad. Any longer than that, and you just start hurting. It's just the most uncomfortable ride ever. Because it's like, it's right there in your mid to upper back. It's just the most uncomfortable seating position, and there's nothing you can do about it, because what you need is that lumbar support and you can't get it. But I'm gonna end this clip here, and we're gonna get over to the next fishing spot. I need to get some directions in my phone, and I'll pick up from there. I'll see you guys soon. Guys, it's actually now the next day, as you can tell just by the sunshine. Not the same 2 days. We are at the saltwater spot. It's just this park where the bayou comes into. And we're gonna see if we can't catch something here. This is what we're fishing with right now. I just got this swim bait on it, the same thing I was fishing in the freshwater with yesterday. I bought this for saltwater. Guy said I could use it in freshwater too. But this is the spot. This is where we're at. I'm thinking we're gonna catch somebody. Ooh, there's a guy with the camera doing some nature photography. I gotta go talk to that guy real quick. I gotta go hit him up, because like that's, once I can get the necessary equipment I need, like that's a lot of what I'm gonna be doing on my trips and stuff. Is like I'll be fishing, hunting, that kind of thing, but I'll also be doing a lot of nature photography. Just need the proper cameras. So let's go see what this guy has captured. It was cool, guys. He was pretty cool. He was definitely cool people. I'll have to put his Instagram in the video, so you guys can go give him a follow. He does wildlife photography. Dude's got some really good photos.
I followed him. I was like, bro, you got an Instagram? Let me get on there, bro. Let me follow you, cause I'm about it, dude. Like, I don't really know much about nature photography and all that. It would be cool to get into as I get my camera equipment and all that. I don't want to be like tied down to one type of photography. So that's gonna be, dude's got some amazing pictures. Like things that don't even look real. Like, it's amazing. You guys gotta go follow him. I wish I remembered his name. I'm really bad at that. You know, I introduce myself. I'm like, I'm so-and-so, because I want to know their name. And then we keep talking. By the end of the conversation, I've forgotten what they said their name was. This is a terrible spot. We're gonna jump in the car and go further down. Birds are chirping like crazy though. Yeah, I thought I'd pull up to the dock, or not the dock, the pier, but I'm just gonna get snagged fishing from there. Like where I'm at, there's a lot of fallen trees where I'm at and stuff. Oh, music starting. Can't get copyrighted. That would suck. Especially because, like, I don't even make money off my videos. It can't be copyrighted. I think my biggest, or my most views is like 32, which is cool. Thanks guys for watching. Appreciate you. 32 viewers are better than no viewers. But if you'd like to subscribe. Stick around for the unknown. Look, if you like the unknown, if you like the possibility of what may be, then I'm the guy to follow, because that's my entire life, bro. The possibility of what may be. I hate new cars, man. I swear, I'm 23 on the outside, but on the inside I'm like a 65-year-old man. I want me an old truck. I want a simple life. Honestly, I could do without all this technology if the whole world wasn't so damn dependent on it. You know? Not gonna lie though, technology's kinda cool. Alright, we're at the right spot now. Let's go get her done. We got the coconut water, guys, it's great. And for those of you who don't live in Texas, I feel bad for you, because you don't have HEB. So I don't know where to tell you to get this from if you're not from Texas. I mean, maybe you can Google it. Central Market. Well, you could probably order some, but it's Central Market HEB. I guess it's an HEB brand. Dang, do I want to fish with 2 poles or 1? I think we'll go with just 1 for now. And then when I catch a fish, I'll just run back over here and grab my bucket. That'll work. Nice and handy out. Oh look, we got some more fishermen. They want to catch some fish too. Dang, I think the spot might be a little bust, guys. And it's too windy. Alright. You know what? Forget it. We're not doing this spot. We're gonna go back to the park that was at yesterday.
Hopefully it's a little less windy. And I'm gonna see if I can't catch those fish that evaded me. They had no interest in buying nothing I was selling, guys. I'm a little disappointed, but I'm gonna go try and sell them again because why not? Dude, the allergies are nuts. And it's weird because, like, I don't even have allergies. It's just like a nose irritant, the pollen. And then it doesn't help that my nose is dry. So it's like hydrating itself, and then that's just, it's a weird sensation, dude. My nose is acting all kinds of funny. Guys, you let me try and take a picture of a bird. I don't think it came out very good, but maybe it'll come out good in post edit. But from what I could see on the camera, the birds just seem like too far away, if that makes any sense. But I'll put up his Instagram in the video, and then I'll put it in the description as well. If you guys like nature photography and you want to go check them out, if you like looking at crazy animals you didn't even know existed, go for it. Like, for instance, I didn't know we had bald eagles over here in Texas where I'm at. Dude, I'm right on the coast. Right on the coast, man. I'm in Houston, okay? I'm, well, on the coast, but Houston. I didn't know, you know, we had wild bald eagles here. I know we got one in our zoo. I know that. But dude caught a video just earlier today of 2 bald eagles over there. And it was quite the video. It was amazing, actually. He said, I said, dude, you just caught 2 of them. I didn't even know they were here. He was like, well, there's actually 3. I saw the 3rd one earlier. And I'm like, yo, that's pretty wild, dude. I didn't know that we had bald eagles on this side of the country. I mean, I don't know. I figured they were more like in the mountains and in the woods, you know, not so much around here. So that's pretty neat. You see a lot of falcons and stuff. Ah, that's what I was looking for. That's the damn word. All right, guys, to catch you up, me and my dad was having a conversation like last week about hawks, and there was this dead hawk, and he's like, "Is it a hawk?" I was like, "Yeah, it is." I'm like, dude, there's 3 types of birds. There's a hawk, an eagle, and I couldn't remember what the 3rd one was. But they're all like similar, just there's size differences, you know what I mean? But they're all kind of like the similar type of bird. They're all apex predators, you know? But it's a freaking falcon. I could not remember what it was, but I'm pretty sure falcon is like a species category, like a type of bird. Like, I know there are tons and tons of different species of hawks and eagles, but I can't remember if there are species of falcons. But falcon is what's coming to mind as like that third type. It's like they're all almost like the same kind of bird, but they're different kinds of the same bird, and then they've got all their own different subspecies. It's kind of interesting. I just realized I don't even know where I'm going. I need direction. Whee! That's a big old bump. Ooh, I could fish down in there if I could figure out how to get where to park. Nice little walking spot. You just fish along the bank. Alright guys, We're 15 minutes away from the park. All right, dudes, we're back at the park to catch that fish, or fishes. I got the bucket and my limit's 5. There's a gas station right around the corner. When I catch one, I'll put some water in the bucket, keep them alive. That way they don't die on me while I'm still fishing. And then on my way out of here, I'll stop at the corner store and put them on some ice. But the goal is to catch some dinner tonight. That doesn't mean what I catch, I will keep. I will decide when I cross that bridge. But the goal is to catch a fish. So I got both poles, got a bucket, got the tackle bag, and I'm ready to get after it. So let's go get after it, guys. That's a turd. Dude, I really wish I could get in there and fish. Like, there's bass in this pond, and if they're gonna be anywhere, they're gonna be in there. I would imagine so. It's like, even if I could get in there, like the only way to get in there is on a kayak. I don't see how I would prevent tangles. Granted, it'd be a lot easier to get them out because then I just float up next to it and wham bam done. Wow, this is why, guys, you should always pick up trash. All right, because look what I just found. I literally just glanced down for a moment, guys, and I've got 3 bullet weights I just picked up. Sweet. I know these bullet weights I just picked up, they're not very expensive to begin with, but like, what? I just saved myself 50 cents. There you go. It adds up, bro. Imagine if you found all your weights, just found them all over a lifetime of fishing. Think about how much money you can save. There's another bullet weight. Plot twist, I opened my bag and all my bullet weights are gone. Wouldn't that be something? Wow, I just found 4 bullet weights. Cool. Dude, it is windy out here today. But I'm feeling a catch. Let's go over to this table. What table do I want? I don't know, but I got freaking rocks in my shoes and it's not great. Ooh, it's a turtle. Let's go rescue the turtle. We're gonna go get him in the pond before he gets lost. Because he's probably gonna go adventure for some more water. But little does this guy know, he's right there. Little does this guy know, make that walk to the next bit of water in that direction. So he's gonna be walking a very long time. We're gonna go save him. We're gonna go save our friend the trouble. Hi, guy. Look at him. You're the cutest. Don't hiss at me. I'm just doing you a flavor, alright? You're gonna be okay. You are perfectly safe. We're just gonna take you back to the water, okay? Before you do some things you're gonna regret. You ever flown before? I imagine that's what this is like for you. You're just flying right now. Well, I suppose if you swam, it's really no different. This one, you don't have to apply any effort. I got you on the effort part. All right, bud. I'll drop you right off at the bank. You can decide if you want grass or water. There you go. Turtle saved. Wham bam done. That's a huge family, man. 4, 6, 8, 10. There's 14 of them. Oh my gosh. And I only count maybe 2 or 3 adults. The rest, they're all children. That's a big family. Dude, that's awesome. Love that. I want a big family. Gonna build myself an army. All right, so I'm thinking I set this one up. I was trying to combat real heavy wind the other day, so right now I've got a 2-ounce weight on this one with a hook for some shrimp. I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reverse this because this line is super light and do like a drop shot rig and just have the worm just chilling. And then what I'll do is I'll use my swim bait here and see if I can't actively catch them while this one just waits its turn. So let's do that right now, actually. After we get the rocks out of my shoes. Bam! I think we're about to have some rain, actually, if I'm not mistaken. We're supposed to have rain either later tonight or tomorrow. Let's see. Yeah, we got a 5% chance of rain right now, but the sun's supposed to come out a little bit more. Oh yeah, it's gonna rain like super early in the morning, like 2 or 3. Oh guys, let me give you the verse of the day. Let's see here. So I use the YouVersion Bible app, I think is what it's called. I don't know. App just says Holy Bible. That's the thing. But the verse of the day is James chapter 1 verse 5. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him. Now it's interesting that because I ask the Lord for wisdom all the time. But you know, it's interesting because I myself don't even think about it, and then sometimes find myself wondering why my life is the way it is. And it's because I asked for it. You know? Like you can't... I'm put it like this, alright? This is the way I heard it said. You know, you got 2 different kinds of men. You got your loft men, and you've got your battlefield men. You know, your patio men. And it's like, when you look at King David and all he was doing, it wasn't until he was up on that damn patio until he made the biggest mistake of his life, I feel like. Like, he shouldn't have done that, because what followed was not good, you know. But it's interesting because then later his son goes back to that same patio and screws all of his dad's concubines for the whole kingdom to see, trying to shame his dad, you know. And it's interesting because you don't gain wisdom from a lofty, cushy life. You just don't. That's not how it works. If you're gonna get wisdom, you gotta go through some stuff, man. Like, that's just That's the nature of it. You cannot have true wisdom without first going through things. Sure, the Lord can give you wisdom, but I guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, he's not going to give you the answer, but he's going to give you a problem and help you solve the problem. You know what I mean? So it's like, and it's like there's wisdom that comes from that. You know, it's interesting because God didn't take away our storms, but he said we could have peace in the storm. You know, and it's like, only when we have peace in the storm and we're able to look at it not from emotional eyes, you know, only then can we really learn the lesson that we are meant to learn through that, you know, and then and only then is wisdom gained. You know, so it's interesting. I just want you guys to think about it, because even now the Lord is kind of getting me thinking about it as I'm speaking about this. Is, you know, like you ask for wisdom, and a lot of what you go through in life is exactly what you ask for. And so it's interesting because we get all upset, and then we look at God and it's like, Dad, what are you doing? Like, you would think, you know, and you just look around, and by our own understanding, you know, life is hard and it sucks, and it's like shouldn't things be going a little bit better right now? And it's like, yeah, maybe they should be, but who are we to know that? Who are we to sit there and say that they should be? You know, the Lord's thoughts are not our thoughts, and his ways are higher than our ways. Or no, I said that backwards. His ways are not our ways, and his thoughts are higher than our thoughts. You know, so who are we to sit there and question him? And to sit there and behave as if he's not doing enough, you know? Like, it just doesn't make a whole lot of good sense to me. So that's what I say, guys, you know. You know what I'm saying? Be careful what you wish for. Because you just might get it all, bro. And it's like, that's exactly what I'm talking about right there. I ask for wisdom, I get experience. The Lord puts me through some things that maybe I don't exactly want to go through, you know, but it's necessary for where the Lord has taken me. You know, David was anointed king 10 years before he sat on the throne. For like 6 of those years, I don't remember the exact, so don't quote me on it. I just know for a bit of time, the only tribe that even acknowledged David's kingship and followed David was the tribe of Judah. All the 11 other tribes were like, nope, screw you, you know, and that was that, you know. So for 10 years, this dude's on the run, you know, because everybody wants to kill him, especially King Saul, you know, and just, dude goes through hell. He's been through hell his entire life. If he hadn't gone through all of those things, what kind of king would he have been? You understand? What kind of king would he have been? You know, it's only through hardship and pain that we can really learn the true value of life and gain wisdom. There's pain in wisdom. You know, because in a world of foolishness, you're going to be the only one that makes sense. But to everybody else, you're the crazy one. And that's just how it goes, bro. So just remember that next time you're sitting there asking the Lord for something and you think he's not answering your prayers, take stock of your life and realize what you're going through is exactly what you asked for. And one way or the other, whether you made a stupid decision or not, or you just straight up talk to God about it, what you're going through right now in life is exactly what you asked for. I'm just saying, you know, you sitting there, you suffering an attack from the enemy, all right, close the door. That's it, close the door. It's that simple. Close the door. We were given power to trample over snake and scorpion underfoot and not be harmed. We have power over the enemy because of Jesus' finished work on the cross. So it's like you can sit here and you can blame God, this, that, and the other, but at the end of the day, either you prayed for something and he's answering your prayer, or you opened up a door you shouldn't have, and now there's consequences to be had. And you need to close that door, and you need to learn your lesson. You know, so just take stock and inventory, guys, before you go blaming the Lord for your problems. All right. I need to find a video to remember how to drop shot. Tie this the best way. I found a video once. So I'll be right back, guys. All right. I figured it out. Well, I found the video. It took me a couple of tries. But basically, you got like these two little bits right here on the end that when you got the weight on the line, it puts tension on it, and it should hold it like that. But I just realized my hook is upside down. It'll be fine. It probably won't make a difference when it gets into the water. Okay. That's not heavy enough. I don't want to run this 2 ounce. Oh, wait, actually, you know what? I just bought these for that exact purpose, to combat the wind. What'd I do with them? Oh, no, that's not it. Here we go. Got some of these suckers. Some 1 ounce weights. That should be enough to put tension on the line and combat this wind, so I can cast it out there. Now, I don't know if you guys know the Palomar knot. The Palomar knot's kind of nice. I just learned it recently, and it's the only one I'm tying, other than the drop shot knot. But so basically, you got your line. I don't know if you guys can see that. You need to have a loop, so you got two ends running parallel to each other. You take that loop, run it through. Okay, now you got both ends. You got the loop, and then you got part with your tag in, and the part that runs the line back up. Oh jeez, the wind is a pain in the neck. Overhand knot. Run it through. Then drop whatever it is you got through that loop, and then pull it tight. Jeez. Dang, he walked all the way back over there. I picked him up, I put him back over there by the water, because there ain't no water that way, but he's insistent. That turtle walked all the way back to where I picked him up from. That's crazy. So I put that on there. Yeah, boy. Alright. And then run that through. Not quite. Heck yeah, dude. I'm using the wrong end of the worm because I messed up the other end, but that's what we got, dude. And then when it's in the water, it'll float. Drop shot rig, baby. Come on. Alright, let's see if we can't make it happen. Dude, I gotta take a leak. Ah, jeez, what's going on up here? Woo! First cast of the day, guys. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's not where I wanted it at all. I suppose you guys should come with me. Completely wrong direction. That is not where I wanted to cast it at all. But the dang, what's it called? The pole is so bendy, it just went wherever it wanted to. There we go. Alright, I would cast with one hand, but not very good at that. We're gonna try it anyway. Oh, nope. Yeah, it just feels really weird to cast with that much weight on it. Like, you really feel the flex in the pole. I'm just reeling with the camera in my hand. I bet that looks nuts. All right. Oh, it was a good test cast though, because my worm came off. I'll start to anyway. We'll see what happens. Not the prettiest looking thing, but this worm's already obliterated, so makes sense. Okay. We'll let that sit. Sometimes, guys, you just gotta get creative. I'd like to cut out as much of a cylinder as I can. I don't, just a gaping hole in the ground. That ought to work. Not quite, but it'll get the job done. See, and this is the other issue I got with this damn pole, dude. No matter how much weight I got on the end of it, unless I'm pulling on that pole, see that almost bent up? There is absolutely zero tension on my line. Which is just ridiculous. We're just gonna set that in there. See, like, it should be absolutely weighted down right now, and it's not. Madness. Alright, let's cast the swim bait out there. Don't want to cast that way.
Because I didn't really think this one through, did I? The road with these trees right here. Especially with this wind. I'm real tired of getting caught up on stuff, so whatever I can do to avoid it, I'm going to. Let's rotate. We're gonna go to a more open spot on the side of this pond. You just see the difference in my poles. I mean, if they both had a 1 ounce weight on it, this one would be flexible the same way. And I'm pretty sure they're the same spec fishing pole. Not the same brand and make. And price difference. But like, okay, for instance, the one that I'm complaining about, I guess you could say I'm complaining, I got that one on clearance for like $20, 22 a few times. But originally it was on sale, I think like $35. Rod and reel combo, already spooled. Alright, and then my other rod and reel setup I got from Bass Pro. I didn't like any of the combo options, so I made my own. So I got Bass Pro's Graphite Series rod. Let's see, where's the spec on it? There we go. It's 7 foot power, medium, heavy, fast action. Let's see. And this one is medium action. It didn't give me the speed. There we go. This is the more open spot. Let's see if we can get a good cast out. I'm gonna put you guys away for a second.